Hi, 1K, big number. Thanks, y'all. I guess 1,000 subscribers are, smallish beans in the grand scheme of YouTube, but I still cannot imagine 1,000 people at all. That is crazy. Since I'm celebrating 1,000, I'd say now is as good a time as any to reflect on YouTube. I haven't put myself in front of an audience since I started YouTube because a lot of times I get really anxious about being perceived, and sharing art that I, give a crap about, that I care about, can be really vulnerable. But I read all the comments you'll leave and they are so nice and thoughtful. I'm very grateful to have garnered a community of creatives and people who will hear me out on even my silliest, not quite normal videos. Despite the sentimentals, we are here for a Q&A. So thanks to everyone who submitted a question. There are some fun ones, but also really thoughtful ones that I tried my best to think of a good answer for. First up, Millie5068. They ask, which animation that you've done is your favorite and what are the things that made it special to you? Half the time my favorite animation is the most recent one I've done, so right now it's my Bohemian Rhapsody map part. I always try to do something new for every animation I make, and this one was a lot of firsts. It was my first map part and I got to meet so many amazing artists and people because of it. My first time making a truly polished animation, because you'll see most of the time my animations are either colored animatic or colorless animation, and my first time compositing, which might be my favorite thing now. Rosie B Animates says, congrats, that's awesome. You're so underrated, your art is so epic. For the Q&A, what are your biggest inspirations/motivations, and when did you start animating? Thank you, Rosie, that's really sweet. For my inspirations, I'll specifically focus on the ones that shaped what I want to make. So first up, I really like Jade animations. When I was gaining sentience, I watched so much of her stuff, and I think maybe as a result, or maybe it was in my nature, I've always wanted to be an animator, and maybe even a storytime animator. I also enjoy Loves Art 23. She's a very good character designer, and her commentary and process videos give me the confidence to talk passionately about my own art and work really hard on my character designs. I also love Deadly Comics for their absolutely adorable art style and the way they mix 2D and 3D. I could go on and on, but these are the three that really influence the things I want to make. For animation, I started animating on and off in 2020, I think, on Flip-a-Clip on my iPad, and it was so cute. But the thing was, my work ethic and understanding of what I could and could not do was so bad that I never finished an animation. I would start them and give up halfway until I started this channel 1.5 years ago. Dang, it's been a while. And since then, I've, actually locked in and made some things I'm really proud of. Miraffle asks, favorite Pokemon? Feel free to come at me for this, but I did like some of the Pokemon that are considered quote-unquote furry bait, like Gardevoir, Lucario, and Delphox, because I think they have an objectively cool design. I haven't played the games, but I've watched some of the animes, so if I want to be more specific, I distinctly remember watching the Pokemon Alola series and really liking this bisexual Lycanroc that I think was Ash's Pokemon, because it evolved at sunset and there was a green flash or something, which apparently is real, but I fully thought they made it up for the sake of the show so the Lycanroc wouldn't have to pick between the straight Lycanroc and the gay Lycanroc. I thought that was really funny, and considering I still remember it, I could say Lycanroc is my favorite Pokemon. Light Shadow 5 asks, who's your favorite team in the Life series? Although I am a big Desert Duo enjoyer, I've gotta say I really like the Villies in Past Life, so that's Green, Gem, and Pearl. Since Green is the main perspective I follow, but any Shiny Duo interactions, I am sat. So having them all in one team was just so fun. I'm convinced Green made that team specifically for me. Bucket Raccoon says, how do you get into the mindset, or I guess lock in to animate? What's your favorite fashion aesthetic or era? So animating requires a huge time commitment, thus I try to stay consistent by animating every day or only doing one project at a time, and this helps keep me consistently motivated. I also try to set deadlines even when there's no pressure at all, because I will lock in crazy hard when there's a deadline coming up. When I get busy and can't animate, it helps me to get back into flow state by making little to-do lists so I don't end up farting around forever, as well as looking over what I've already drawn so I can be reassured that I do in fact have something cooking. Fashion and clothing is incredibly interesting to look at across history, but I'd say fashion that I would personally wear that's comfortable and reasonable is working class American 1920s clothing. I like my little peasant newsboy clothes, what can I say? I also like what you'd consider pirate clothes with puffy sleeves, jabbit collars, and sashes. Historically, it wasn't possible to cheaply mass-produce clothing like we do in the modern day, so it's always interesting to look back and see how much people value their clothes and mend it and tailor them to make sure they last for lifetimes. I'm trying to apply these techniques and mindset onto the clothing I own now so I can get my money worth. These historical fashions are liberally sprinkled with a little bit of goblin core fantasy, so like plaid motifs and embroidery and earth tones. Waspark says, congrats, your work is amazing. I hope to see your channel growing. Do you have any favorite part of working in a project? Any favorite invertebrate animal? Hi. I feel like I do a wide variety of projects, but what stays consistent throughout is that final lock-in session where I finish the project. It's my last bit of energy where I'm like, I will sleep after I get this done. And at this point, I just feel like a project is not satisfying if I don't stay up till at least 4 a.m. getting it done and feeling like this guy afterwards. And I don't think this is something you should necessarily seek out, but it's part of the process at this point, so I'd say that's my favorite. My favorite invertebrates are praying mantises. I used to have some as pets when I was younger, and they are literally so cool looking, and I love how they like snatch their prey. I really should make a praying mantis design, but I don't really know who. I'm thinking like maybe VSMP Lagundo, but I don't know. If you have any ideas, feel free to comment who I should hit with the praying mantis beam. PencilCase99 says, yay, congrats! I love your animations, cosplays, and character designs so much, they're so unique. You deserve 100 gazillion subscribers at least. Thank you, Pencil, that's so sweet! And for the Q&A, they ask, do you have any pets? What's your favorite bird or dinosaur? How did you learn the blender techniques you used in the last video? I think pets are so cool, but I do not have any right now. I don't have a favorite dinosaur, but my favorite bird is the red macaw. I don't know why, but it reminds me of like a certain pesky someone. I don't know. As for my blender techniques, I've always wanted to learn blender, that's for sure, but I never actually did until I had this class where it was like, you have to learn any skill, but while documenting, planning, and meeting deadlines the whole time. I chose to learn blender because I knew otherwise I would not have the self-discipline to lock in, and I came out the other end knowing like actually only the bare minimum. I feel like a lot of blender is just being aware of what's possible because it's not that you can't do it, it's just you don't know about it. So I learned the techniques I did with a lot of asking around and searching up Blender tutorials, and also looking at artists that do already use Blender. If you already know the basics like donut tutorial of Blender, I suggest Deadly Comics Blender progress videos and their resources and tips on how to combine 2D and 3D, because this will help you know what's possible within the program. Fuyim asks, what's your favorite part of drawing? What's your favorite animal? Do you have a favorite music genre? If so, what is it? My favorite part of drawing is line art because I just love fixing up the absolute tornado that is my sketch. It's also usually how far I get with projects because coloring scares me. My favorite animal is probably rats. I mean, my Sona is a rat dragon. I think rats are so cute and smart while being little gremlin creatures at the same time. I also like bees, and I would love to be a beekeeper. My favorite music genre is folk rock, because after all, I am a notorious Craneworms enjoyer. Ivy Needs Therapy, that is a fun username, says, here's my question. Since I'm a really new artist, I haven't found my style. Are there any tips you can give me and other new artists to find style? I've tried those learn how to draw books, but they don't do anything. Hi, welcome to the art journey. It is so worth it. If you want to find your own style, I say you need to start with other artists. Think about all the other art styles out there as your buffet and you, a starving artist. And I think you should consume just as much or more art than you create. Look into different mediums even if you don't think you'll like it, like digital art, traditional animation, 3D, and if you're drawn to a specific art style, then follow the artist so you can see more from them. This will help you taste test the styles you do and don't like. The process of finding an art style doesn't even have to be intentional. I know it wasn't for me. It was more about drawing what I like and getting inspired by artists I look up to, and trust me, you will eventually have a unique art style. Crow for the Slaughter says, I was wondering if you could show how you found your art style and how you adapt so many characters to their normal form. I find it super cool how you draw everyone so differently yet keep it cohesive. Also, we need more VSMP animatics or art in your style. I'm down on my hands and knees. I can't promise right now, but I do have a really good idea for another VSMP animatic, and it depends on if my next video takes a long time and I want to post something in the middle while I'm working on it. I got some similar questions about art style, so I'll read them all out and then answer them at once. EJ Does Art Stuff, hi EJ, asks, what inspired you to make your designs look the way they do? As in, have a more animalistic take on the way you draw the lifers. Seeing your designs for people like Green and Joel, I thought it was pretty cool. And Lizard Queen says, what was the inspiration for your art style? I don't know many artists who draw the lifers like animals in this way and looks so good. Makes me want to get more serious about my own character designs. Hi Liz, thank you so much. It makes me really happy that I can inspire you with my own designs. Okay, so all these questions are asking about my anthro designs, and I have to come clean to you guys about something, which is that I kind of can't draw humans comfortably or consistently, or at least not yet. Stay tuned. So, my art style has partially arisen out of the fact that I can't draw people, and it stayed that way because I really do like drawing furries. I think you can experiment a lot more with the actual animal a character is, which results in a wider variety of possible designs. I also kind of want to avoid same-face syndrome because I know if I drew humans, I would have the most diabolical chronic same-face syndrome. With the drawing animals, it's kind of impossible to make a bird look the same as a unicorn, so it works. And when I started posting, I was kind of self-conscious of my art style, especially because there's not a lot of other furry artists in the Life series fandom. But I saw art by my goat, Perry Rada, who I'm pretty sure has no idea who I am, and they have silly little anthro designs for lifers, and that made me feel a lot better about my own style. There's a lot of other furry or furry-adjacent artists out there that inspire my style, like Rico Sakari, Quartz, Tracy Butler, known for Lackadaisy, which I love, Deadly Comics again, and Arctica the Fox. But yeah, that's all the questions I got. While I have your attention, now is probably as good a time as any to tell y'all about my goals for the big 26. So obviously I'm gonna upload more videos because I do love doing this. I still want to keep doing Minecraft YouTube related stuff like my little animations and commentaries, but I'm also hoping to branch out. I have a ton of ideas like crafts, animation, maybe even story times. I'm still not completely sure, but if you are interested in my shenanigans, then do stay tuned. And yeah, bye!